My name is Nick Sherburne, and today I'll be talking about the Garmin Forerunner 210 running watch. Um, First and foremost, I'd like to apologize. I'm a little sniffly. I did come under the weather in the last couple days with some of the cooler air that we had come in, so I've got something in my throat and a stuffy nose, so I might be sniffling a little bit more, and hopefully that doesn't distract too much from this presentation. But back to the topic at hand, the Forerunner 210 is primarily a running watch. It doesn't have any cycling specific related capabilities. What it allows for the user to use is really track distance, track your time, track your overall miles, track your speed, track your cadence, all at once, which is really cool. It also gives you a couple options if you do get the bundle feature. If you have a Ant Plus heart rate strap, it allows you to sync the watch to those items, which I'll show you here in just a moment, along with the foot pod if you're using it on a treadmill, and track things a lot more accurately. Seeing where your target heart rate is, your max heart rate. If you're trying to train in certain training zones, it's a really cool little piece of equipment that I guess relatively doesn't cost much for what it allows you to do. So first and foremost, the watch has 4 different buttons. What those allow you to do is the top left button, 11 o'clock, allows you to turn a light on. So if you're running at night, you can see what your pace is, your cadence, and so on and so forth. The 7 o'clock button is basically the button that turns the watch on. You see it's a different color. That's kind of the main button that you're going to use. It's the life of the watch. So it turns it on. It syncs the watch up with the satellite. So right now the watch is just in a kind of a sleep mode. So it's really just telling me what time it is, what date it is. So yeah, if you're someone that uses this watch as your day-to-day watch, great little feature. It's not going to kill the battery by searching for the satellites 24/7. So you start to sync it with the satellites by hitting this fancy blue button here. 2 o'clock, you have the start-stop button, and that allows you to, obviously, if you're starting a run, start that timer. And then if you want to stop, if you have to run inside and use the restroom, if you're going to get a drink of water, if you just want to walk a little bit and stretch, or if you're doing some cross training, hit that stop button. It'll after a certain amount of time, it will go back into the sleep mode, but it won't delete the data. It will save it until you go and hit that blue button again. So start stop. Down here at the 5 o'clock position is essentially the reset button. So when you're done with that run, when you're done with a certain workout, you want to save all that information, hold down this button for what I believe is 3 to 5 seconds, and it will give you a little timer, and it will save all of the info to the watch until you decide you either want to delete it from the watch by uploading all that info onto a training program through Garmin, or if it's a different program or a third-party program, something like that. So really, really cool setup. So additions to this, you have a foot pod, which I've already put on my shoe just because it's easier. This pretty much stays on my shoe all the time. You see this little plastic guy right here. Says Garmin right there. About $60 retail, I believe. Cool thing about this is it snaps right over your laces. You don't have to worry about any funky weights or anything that you put inside the shoe underneath your sole or your insole, that I know a lot of people have issues with discomfort or just the weirdness in the sole. So this is outside the shoe. It's pretty darn accurate. I've never calibrated mine, but I know it's accurate within a couple seconds per mile, because I'll run with this outside and it'll be pretty much the same pace that I'm running when this is just tracking GPS. So default outdoors, the watch is going to work based off of GPS. Indoors, this is where this is cool, because you're running on a treadmill. You're obviously not moving, so your GPS isn't going to give any type of reading. So this gives you a pace on a treadmill when you're running like a mouse. You also have the option to get, this does not come with, back to the foot pod, it does not come with any bundle. You do have to purchase it separately, but it's definitely worth it if you're doing some wintertime training and you don't want to be outside on the ice. Another option Ant Plus heart rate strap. I don't know if you can really read it. It's all black, kind of tough to see on in the light. But the heart rate strap, it's a soft strap. This little plastic piece just snaps in place. You've got the buttons there. Cool thing with this, it is a soft strap. All of the watches now come with this soft strap, so none of the hard plastic or hard rubber or whatever that was just uncomfortable and just wasn't fun to wear. You don't really feel it. So you have this little, sorry, that's just the tag, little eyelet right there, hook right there. You do want to have, it is left and right specific, so you do want to wear it the right way. I don't know how inaccurate it might be, but you may as well follow the rules. Putting it on the outside of my clothing just because it would be a little awkward if I took my shirt off. You want to wear it right underneath your sternum, right where your ribs kind of stop connecting to your upper body, or I guess whatever this might be. Tend to find that's a good spot because it kind of holds in place. It doesn't start to slide down when you're running at a high pace. So stays in place, super comfy. You kind of, after a couple runs, you forget that it's there. After a couple minutes of the first run, even, you just kind of forget that you're wearing it. So really, really cool thing. You can buy it separately, or you can buy it as a bundle with the watch. So lastly, charging. Really, really easy. Comes with the watch. That's that's one thing that always is going to come with the watch. Doesn't have batteries. It's all rechargeable, which is really, really neat. It only takes a few hours to recharge from completely dead to fully charged, and it's really, really versatile. You do have just a wall-mounted plug, or what you can also use is the USB. Just like a lot of our cell phones now, everything is becoming so compatible and interchangeable and so on and so forth. So you can take it really anywhere and not have to worry about how you're going to charge your watch if you're doing a race or if you're just traveling long distances or something like that. So you've got on the piece here, the four little metal prongs match right up to, the underside, right where my index finger is pointing. You've got those four little metal ports. So those will, apologies for the noise here, sync up just like that. Plug it in, it charges away. Only takes a few hours, like I said, and you get days of runtime. So really, really cool features, really, really cool add-ons that just allow you to really enhance your training capability, your training efficiency when using this. You don't need it, but it's really, really cool. So